Hey, que la que hay, mi amigo? Rocky here from SpeakSpanishFaster.com. Y en el video de hoy, we're going to talk about 17 words that you may be getting mixed up. Now, these words are very easy to get mixed up because a lot of them look like English words that mean something completely different. But you don't want to mix these words up because it will completely change the meaning of what you're trying to say. And it could leave you looking stupid and feeling embarrassed about yourself because of making these little mistakes in these words. So do not make these mistakes that I'm about to show you today. Let's get straight into it. Okay, so the first word is a word that I'm sure you've probably learned this if you've ever taken Spanish in school. This is literally one of the first words they tell you not to confuse, and that is embarazado or embarazada. So a lot of people might make this mistake by thinking this word means embarrassed, but this word actually means pregnant. So if you say estoy embarazado, then if you're masculine, if you're a man, then you're saying I am pregnant, not I am embarrassed. But you will be embarrassed if you say this word. So don't make this mistake. When you want to say I'm embarrassed, you want to say tengo vergüenza. So you want to say like I have embarrassment pretty much, or that's how you would say I am embarrassed. It's kind of like how you would say tengo hambre for saying I am hungry. Tengo vergüenza. So that's what you would want to say when you want to say I'm embarrassed, whether you're masculine or male or female. You don't want to say estoy embarazado or estoy embarazada to say that you are embarrassed. Now the next word, molestar. Now I know molestar, what does it sound like? Molest, but molestar does not mean molest. So if somebody asks you, oh, estoy molestándote, asking you, like, am I bothering you? Don't take that for being, am I molesting you? Yes, that's a scary one to get wrong, right? Because if somebody says, you know, esa persona me está molestando, you might think that they're saying, oh, that person's molesting me. But no, they're just saying that person is bothering you. So, yeah, do not mix those words up. Molestar is to bother. Okay, the next word, sopa. Sopa. Now, sopa means soup, but a lot of people might think sopa means soap, and you don't want to mix this one up because you don't want to say, okay, mamá, yo me voy a bañar con la sopa. Okay, mom, I'm going to bathe myself with the soup. You don't want to say that. So sopa is soup, jabón is soap. So instead you would say yo me voy a bañar con el jabón. Now the next word, letra. Now, the word letra does mean letter, but when we say letter, we're talking about letters in the alphabet. And it can also mean lyrics too, so letra could mean lyrics. But it doesn't mean letter in the sense of sending somebody a letter. To say that, we would use the word carta. Carta, to send a letter to somebody. So you wouldn't say te voy a mandar una letra, you would say yo te voy a mandar una carta. Now the next word, éxito. Now, éxito sounds like exit, but éxito really means success. So, yo quiero tener éxito means I want to have success. It doesn't mean I want to have an exit or the exit. All right, so éxito, success. Next word, copa. Copa. Now, copa could mean cup, but when you're just talking about a basic cup, you want to use the word vaso. So, vaso. You don't want to use, copa is more like a wine glass or something of that. Like you don't want to say, hey, give me a cup of water. You don't want to say, dame una copa de agua. You would say, dame un vaso de agua. All right, so vaso is the normal cup that you're probably used to. Actual copa is more of like a wine glass or something like that. Now, the next word we're going to cover is how to realize something. Now, when you say how to realize something, it's really a phrase, darse cuenta. It's not realizar. Realizar is like to do something. It's more like to carry out an activity. That is realizar. I know it's tricky. But when you say I realize, you want to say darse cuenta, or you want to use darse cuenta. So if you want to say I realized that I lost the love of my life, you wouldn't say realicé que perdí el amor de mi vida. You would instead say yo me di cuenta que yo perdí el amor de mi vida. So as you saw, I conjugated the darse cuenta into me di cuenta. So that's how you would say it. Now that can be really tricky because the word realizar looks just like the word realize in English, so it's easy to mix that one up. But if you want to say realize, it's darse cuenta. Remember that phrase. Now the next word we are going to cover is the word librería. A lot of people may think this means library because they see the word librería and then they see books there, but this is actually bookstore. So I know it sounds librería, library, they sound similar, but the library in Spanish is biblioteca. It's not librería. So remember that next time you go to a place that says librería and they ask you, do you want to buy this book? You're not going to be confused because you know this is the bookstore and it's not la biblioteca. Okay, the next word, introducir. Introducir does not mean to introduce. If I want to say, I introduce you to my friend, I would say te presento a mi amigo. So you would use the verb presentar. Now the word introducir means to insert. So if you want to say, you know, inserting a credit card into an ATM or inserting money into the pay thing or whatever, that's when you would use introducir. But to say introduce or to introduce somebody, you would use the verb presentar. Now the next word, sentencia. Yes, this word does mean sentence, but not in the grammar way. So if somebody's in court and they get sentenced or they have a sentence of however many years in prison or something, that is sentencia. But when we're talking about sentence, as in grammar, the word is oración. All right, so do not mix those up when you start talking about grammar and stuff. Oración is sentence, sentencia is sentence, but in terms of like court and going to jail. Okay, so the next word is fábrica. Fábrica does not mean fabric. Fábrica means factory. Yes, you can also say factoría for factory, fábrica or factoría. They are synonyms. They mean the exact same thing, but do not use the word fábrica for fabric. If you want to say fabric, you have to use the word tela. Okay, so the next word we're going to talk about is pie. Pie means feet, but it's spelled P-I-E. So it looks like the word pie, but pie does not mean pie. So you don't want to tell somebody, sí, yo quiero comer el pie. That means I want to eat the foot. Instead, you want to use the Spanish word for pie. There are many different words for pie depending on where you're at. But we have el pie, which is probably the easiest one, pie. So that's the easy one. We have la torta, la tarta. There's a few different ways you could say pie in Spanish, but whatever you do, just make sure you don't say pie. Now the next word, recordar, it does not mean to record. Recordar means to remember, okay? If you want to say record something, it's grabar. So, por ejemplo, si yo digo que yo estoy en el estudio y yo voy a grabar una canción, yo digo grabar. Yo no digo que yo voy a recordar una canción. ¿Me entiendes? So for example, if I'm going to go to the studio, I don't say yo voy a recordar una canción. That would mean I'm going to remember a song. But instead, I would say yo voy a grabar una canción, una pista. I'm going to record a song or a track. So recordar is remember, okay? Grabar is record. Don't mix those up. All right, now the next word is delito. Delito does not mean delight. It actually means pretty much the opposite. It means crime. So delito is a crime. This is important because if you meet somebody and they say, sí, es un placer en conocerte, and you could say, sí, es un delito, yeah, it's a crime. That won't sound good. So I would stick with words for delight. You could use the word placer. It's a delight. Es un placer. Or another word you can use is deleite. But if I were you, I would probably stick with placer because it's completely different than delito or deleite. So choose whichever one you want, but I would stick with un placer if I want to say it's a delight, it's a pleasure. Now the next word we're going to cover is chocar. Chocar. Chocar does not mean to choke. Chocar actually means to crash. So if you want to say el carro chocó, you could say the car crashed. Chocar is to crash. If you want to say actually choke somebody, you would use the verb estrangular. Now the next word, enviar. Enviar does not mean envy. Enviar means to send. So te voy a enviar una carta. You would use the verb enviar. Now, envy is envidiar. So envidiar. So one is enviar, one is envidiar. So to envy, envidiar, envidia, and the other, enviar. Now the last word we're going to cover is the word mayor. Mayor is spelled just like mayor in English, but it does not mean mayor. All right, mayor means older. If you want to use the word for mayor in Spanish, it's el alcalde. So you don't want to see, if you see the mayor and you say, sí, él es el mayor, that means he's the old one. That's not what you want to say, especially if you're lucky enough to be around a mayor. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, be sure to click that first link in the comments that's pinned there for you. That's going to take you to a page where you can register for our free online training, where we go through our 3 biggest secrets to learning to speak and comprehend Spanish faster. This training has helped thousands of people all over the world. So go check that out. Also, if you liked the video, be sure to hit the thumbs up for me. Comment below. Let me know what else you want me to talk about. Last but not least, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, Speak Spanish Faster. And until next time, I'll keep these videos coming for you.